Hey, Whitney. Yeah, today, obviously, zero clouds in the sky. Not looking for rain this weekend, not into this week. We need the rain. We need to alleviate our drought conditions. Not a great chance of that until the end of the week when our next cold front, which does look like a pretty promising fall cold front, moves through. But even then, not a huge amount of rain expected. This weekend, though, at least we're not dealing with very uncomfortable conditions. Still kind of hot. Temperature at 87. Our highs today were mostly upper 80s. A lot of spots very close to 90. In fact, Baton Rouge at 92 right now. Looking at those winds, though, we've had a bit of movement to the air today, especially if you were out at, say, the Fried Chicken Fest or other events out and about north and south of the lake. Some wind helps out, of course, and we've also had some slightly lower humidity. Through this evening, we'll drop through the 80s. Overnight tonight, we're looking for a similar range. This morning, actually, Slidell got to 63. North Shore lows tonight expected in that range, middle 60s, and then south of the lake 70s, and should be a fairly comfortable evening as the humidity is not extremely high. Tomorrow, first day of October, and it looks very similar. Our high temperature about 90 or so. At least we will hang on to that east breeze. We'll have lots of sun, so sunscreen needed for anything you're doing outdoors tomorrow. And there's your planner for the evening. Looks pretty comfortable again with the almost or just past full moon. Should be pretty tonight and tomorrow night as well, as we'll be in the 80s for the evening. And tomorrow, mostly 80s during the day for the Fried Chicken Festival. You can see WWL people if you do go out there. Lots of sun and breezy out there at the lakefront especially. And Whitney was saying she was out there today. When you get in the shade, it feels almost perfect, she said. So even though it is a little bit hot, at least we have some things going for us this weekend. And then next weekend looks like our first taste of fall. Here's the upper pattern, and this is why we're going to see it. Look at this trough. This is this trough of low pressure, and I've put in a surface front or two to show you what we're expecting, but it swings in and off to the east, and this will drive at the surface our cool fronts moving in. Looks like one big front on Friday and maybe even another shot of cooler air later in the weekend. First, though, through the first part of the week, we'll be dominated by a big high. That's what's keeping us dry. And that's what's keeping us warm, a big surface high and an upper high out to our north. Now here we go, though, the front taking shape with some rain. This is by Thursday evening. A few showers and storms. Looks like Thursday night, and then this is into the daytime hours on Friday. We'll have some scattered rain. And here are those fronts moving through. So next weekend, I'm getting excited about it. I hope things don't fall apart, but at least all the models are pretty good consensus now, in good consensus, that we will have this cooler weather for next weekend. So this is tentative. Of course, we're a full week out, but just wanted to let you know what we're seeing. Maybe some scattered rain Thursday night and Friday with the front. Not very much, though, maybe a ½ inch or less if you do get rain. Saturday, it looks like the drier air will be filtering in during the day, so it could still be warm, maybe highs in the lower 80s potentially, but looks like we'll be getting that cooler feel for the evening. And then Sunday, a week from tomorrow, looks cool, maybe 50s north of the lake and 60s south, much lower humidity, and highs maybe only in the 70s on Sunday. So we'll keep you updated, of course, as we move through this week, but definitely something to get excited about if you've been looking for that fall weather, which I think most of us have. Tropical outlook, we have the two storms. These are not going to affect, it looks like, any land. Rena will weaken. Philippe eventually will move in and kind of take its place as they both eventually move northward. And Philippe may actually turn into a hurricane eventually, but they're just so far out there. No threats to us along the Gulf Coast and the Gulf of Mexico or even the Caribbean Sea for the next week plus. And thankfully, we're moving into October, a month where you can still get storms, but at least overall the activity, of course, tends to go down in October and into November. 7-day forecast shows still a warm week, but humidity not terrible. Little breeze Monday and Tuesday, and then all eyes on that cold front for next weekend.